So you all know if you bash, you're gonna crash and you're gonna break your body. Nobody wants that because then it starts to look like. So what we're gonna do is the good old classic shoe glue and drywall tape. If you haven't done this before, highly recommend it, or at least give it a little bit more life so it can look a little cooler a little longer. So we got this nice new Kraton build. And we want to keep it nice a little longer. So it comes with these so-called bash stickers, which are supposed to keep it stronger for longer, but I don't think so. So what we want to do is pick up some shoe glue. You can basically find it under 15 bucks. Some places you can get a really good deal on it. Okay, you want some sort of application device. These things are easy to throw away when you're done with it. And some drywall tape. So this drywall tape in particular has a bit of a sticky side to it. Okay, so it sticks on one side. One side is sticky. So that's what we want because we want to lay it on and then we're going to apply this on top of it. So grab some scissors or a knife and you're off to the races. This is something you want to leave dry for some time, but the instructions say essentially 24 hours up to 72 hours, depending on how thick or how long. 1 day is usually sufficient. As I'm saying this, I just noticed there's already a crack in there. Brand new body. So that's how she goes. So if you want, you can take out any screws, but in this case, I'm going to leave the top ones on because they look fine. But this back one here, because it's cracked, I'm going to undo it. Another thing I forgot to mention is grabbing some sandpaper. This is all I really had in stock. I didn't actually go buy any, so you can grab like a 50 grit, 100 grit, whatever grit you have, and basically just start giving it a nice scuff. So as you can see there, you want to scuff it. And the reason for that is you just want to make sure it cures. All right, grab a damp cloth and some microfiber and just go once over it to just collect all of the dust, dry it off. All right, now that's all dry, we're gonna just start taking some of this and laying it out. I always like to start with the places I know for sure it's gonna take some abuse. So I'm gonna just roughly cut and always these areas here. So you wanna start by pressing it in, and as you can see, it sort of forms nicely to all the curves. And you wanna really try and get in as much as you can to each curve. Personally, I like to stay a little bit away from the edges because these tend to fray and sort of not look so good after a while. It's always a fine balance between edge and looks and performance. So I just keep it back a little bit from the edge so that I don't get any of that fraying that looks kind of stupid and silly. Once you have it pressed down and set, try not to bend the body, otherwise the tape will start to release. So you just want to be a little careful. If it's not 100% perfect, that's okay, because the glue will do a lot of work as well. This is just the reinforcing fibers that kind of keep it strong and together, whereas the glue is holding it together and doing the adhesive work. The other thing is we're going to leave our holes untouched right now. We can drill those out after we're done. Good old shoe glue. So now the reason why people use shoe glue is because it's a good adhesive and it's flexible. So you should really go try and find this. I don't know about other glues, even though they'll have similar properties. I'm gonna pop the hole. Now we're just gonna get it everywhere. All right, we got about 3/4 of it out of the tube already. And we're gonna start with that, knowing that we've got a little bit more to kind of work into crevices as we need or if we missed any areas. So we're gonna let that stand for a minute. Now we're just gonna start to press it in. You wanna get good coverage. Just make sure that it's pressed in to the mesh. Most important part. Pressed all the way through the mesh, rather. So that it's touching the body, because the body is where the glue is actually going to do the work. Now you want to be particularly careful around the edges, because that's where you're going to get the most beading, right? So you want to try and get the most coverage you can. Now you can start to see where you need more. It's almost obvious. Especially around the edges. Because that's where it frays up and bends the most, which actually creates the most flex and it can start to peel. So you really want to try and get those edges nice if you can. We're not really aiming for perfect, but we're just going to do our best because anything is better than stock. Shoe glue almost stinks like feet. It's not very nice. It's kind of rude, actually. They could have made it smell like lemons. You know, like, geez. I'm feeling very good about this. So as you can see, I have tried to push in the glue all around the sides and really push the mesh in, kind of get it wet and moist so that it can really get into these edges here. You know, there's a few spots like here, okay, there's, you know, it's not gonna be perfect, but it'll be pretty damn close. If you see something that you can push in, great, but at some point you just have to leave it because it won't be perfect. But this is really good. This is gonna do everything you want it to do and more. Good morning. Let's have a look. So it's shiny, but it's all dry. Oh, it's nice. You can feel it. It's just strong now. Oh my God. So, there we go. Yeah, see it catches on the end there. All right. No fraying on the edges. The only cleanup we had to do was in the holes. Okay, anywhere that you created a new hole. These ones we just left on. If anything, the nuts won't come out, which is nice. And otherwise, it's just so clean. Good luck on your build and go have some fun.